Evening and welcome to Coffee Talk. It's Thursday, June the 26th, 2025, 7 p.m. Central Time or thereabouts. And this is Coffee Talk number 457 live stream. Thank you for being here with me this evening. Today was my daughter's birthday, and we had a good time. I cooked, made a real nice salad, did salmon with white rice, asparagus. It was very nice, very nice. The wife did the decorations. Hello, Joseph Moore. And good evening, my friend KP Heathen. How are y'all doing? I have a pretty good topic lined up for this evening. I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit about what I've been doing. Waiting for a few more people to come into the live stream. Thank you both for being here, and thank you both for the likes. I'm enjoying my summer. This is week 4 of my vacation. There aren't that many professions in which you get a couple of months off and you're getting paid, you know. I get paid year round, so I got paid this morning for the end of, month of June. I'll get paid at the end of July, and then the next check would be on the next school year, which will be upcoming. Just took a shower after cutting down the forest in the backyard. I understand. I got to do some of that too. It's been raining too much, and it's really, everything is green and everything is growing. Holly Ivans. Hello, Holly. And Enrique Trevino, how are you doing, sir? Susanna Morrison, thank you for coming. Proud single mom. Susanna's main channel is up to 40,000K. I am so now that's one I'm jealous of. Because I can remember when she had a lot smaller channel. But she is a beautiful young lady, got a beautiful daughter, and I'm sure she works hard on her channel. My friend Yoda, David, how are you doing, sir? Another hard-working man. Everybody who's got that are creators, everybody puts out work on their channels. Whether you're trying to get your first 1,000, or you're like me trying to hit 2,000, getting close, trying to hit 2,000, or you're like Susanna or Dave who are over 10,000. Everybody works on their channels. Hillbilly Josh, how are you doing, sir? Another hardworking man with a good channel. So let me talk to you a little bit about what's going on where I'm at. Before my daughter came over this morning, I got up early. I worked on 2 videos. Neither one of them was the 100 subscriber giveaway. I need to get that thing done. I need to get it done. But I worked on 2 videos today. I put out a short on a 3-pack, basically of 2 knives and a flashlight that I had purchased years ago. Opened it up. I was going through some of my stuff, and I did a short on that. I also did a full video review on it. I released the short. The video, I would need to, it's on private, and I would need to put all of my descriptive stuff in it. That's what I basically would need to do. That and any shout outs I would do. And then I did another video, and right now off the top of my head I can't remember what it was, but I did another video of about 9 minutes, and both of them are set for private, and I've got to do the final touches on them before I release them. But I want tomorrow to work on, and maybe tonight after I get off of here, off my live stream, because my daughter already went home, I want to get the 100 subscriber giveaway done. I've got part of it done. Like, I know who won. I've already talked to the person. They've already sent me their mailing address. Lo and behold, they live in Texas too. Didn't know where they lived. I figured it was probably the butt end of the country, but no, right here in right here in Texas. And yeah, hardworking man. I understand. I understand, Josh. Hardworking young man. God bless you. KP was working in the yard. Hardworking man. And I tell you what, I hate the thing I hate about work. I don't mind the sweat. I don't mind the sweat. I don't mind the hard work. I hate the mosquitoes. We got mosquitoes and they haven't sprayed. They haven't went through spraying. The world won't end, Dave, if you don't do any videos for a day. The world will not end. All this AI voodoo and magic that you do, give it a break a little bit. You suggested I give it a break. We'll give it a break a little bit. Take a day now and then. So anyway, that's where I'm at. 4 in the house, and let me go over a few statistics. So my main channel, I lost 1. I'm at 1935. The second channel, the one I'm getting ready to release, the 100 subscriber giveaway. And when I release the 100 subscriber giveaway, that's basically what I'm doing. Is I'm going to release the video. I got the box ready. Get the box mailed out. And basically that's it for the backup channel. And I'm just going to leave it as a backup sleeper channel. And I'll load stuff on private, backup stuff on private on it. And, that's where I'm at for that. Hello, Uncle Al. And focus on the main channel. My last live stream, 41 views. And my most recent videos, the 2 most recent videos, MRE menu number 1, 790 views, and MRE menu number 2, 261 views. And MRE number 2 is like 3 days old, so it's not drawing the viewership that the first one did. And don't know why that happens the way it does, but it is what it is. And again, I've got a couple of other videos that I'll be releasing, and I'm trying to space them out. Like some people say, well, you two said you got to do 2 videos a day. I don't do that. You got to do 6 shorts, and I mean, I don't do that. I do, sometimes I break my back and I'll do 3 or 4 shorts in a day. To me, that's, and I'm not sitting at the computer trying to come up with some AI stuff. I'm actually going out and filming things, or filming food that I'm making when I cook our meals, or whatever I'm doing, going out and shopping, and doing stuff, or I get the idea, hey, let me do this and let me do that and the other, and I'm not I'm not doing the volume that some people do. So we're 10 minutes into the video. Let me go ahead and let y'all know what the topic is. And this is related to the carry bag. And actually, that was the other video that I did. I just clicked. I did a carry bag video. It was basically the carry bag for my son-in-law's birthday, which was on the 22nd. I gave it to my daughter today to take it over, and I said the next a week or so, probably on a Saturday or a Sunday, I'll get together with you for about an hour, and we'll go through what's in it, a few things he still needs to put in it. And I got a video of it. It's about 9 minutes long of all the various items that I put in it. So tonight, the topic is going to be what's in your go bag, home bag, or your carry bag. What's in it? And I'm going to talk about things just generically, things that you need to have in that bag. That's not all inclusive of what you could put in the bag, or what you might want to have in the bag, but just the bread and butter that you need to have in the bag. So carry bags or emergency bag in Texas, those mean different things. Well, yeah, emergency bag. I think of emergency bag, I think of items for, medical type trauma stuff, emergency, that kind of stuff. I think of like an EMS, bag. Food, forest, permaculture. Hello, Howie. How are you doing? Thank you for coming. Please leave a like to support the channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. And I do need to go by and visit you. I haven't been over to your channel recently. And you do put out very good material, Howie. So let's go through just my generic bag. My carry bag, my get home bag, my emergency bag, whatever you want to call it. My go bag, whatever you want to call it. Just my bag. Hello, Little Lone Prepper. How are you doing? All right. So, a lot of people overpack their bags without testing them. You should test your bag for 3 days. You want your bag to be to if something happens and you're out and about, and you don't have a vehicle, or the grid was to go down, or you're basically having to walk it, hoof it. We're going to talk about what you need to have. And you should basically test that out. Too many crappy gadgets. Old school, keep it simple. I'm old school. I had a nice conversation with Uncle Al recently. We talked about what we're doing. He talked about what he's doing. I talked about what I've done in the past. What I've done in the past is similar to what he's doing now, and I'm just not active in the ministry the way he is. I'm not doing the things right now that he's doing, but I used to. So, I speak from, having been on a church board, having been involved with, food pantry. We used to do angel food ministry. Having been involved with that, I don't know if you know what angel food ministry is. Having been involved with Gideon's International, the church, that ministry. Doing the Bibles and placing Bibles. The Gideons are the ones, you go see a Bible in your hotel or motel or, medical facilities, and they give them out, to kids and to different people and to the military and such. That's the Gideons, they do that. And there's a lot involved with that. So, we talked about that. And number one thing that you order what you want, but number one thing to me is water, and a filter bottle, or a means to filter and clean water. Having, you've got a couple of side pockets, you should have water bottles in them. Whether it's a Sawyer or a Life Straw, some form of filtration. That's number one. You really should, you need to have access to about a gallon a day. You carry a gallon around with you, that's 8 pounds. A gallon of water weighs about 8 pounds. That's 8 pounds. So you're already carrying that. Some of these people have like these half-gallon, these 2-quart canteens, maybe on the strap. You're carrying some weight when you're carrying water. Gadgets are only as useful as the person using them. You can have all the equipment to change a tire, but if you don't know how, then it's all useless. Another little tip on changing a tire, keep a little block of wood. 2x4, 1x4, something other. Keep a little block of wood. And if you're going to do that, and you've got one of those old school, or what they put in the car, to jack your car up, in case you're off the side of the road in soft gravel or soft dirt or whatever, you don't want that jack to dig in, so you put a piece of block of wood and then put the jack on top of the wood. It keeps it from sinking in and digging in. Just a little tip on that one. So water. Second thing is food. Got to have food. Got to have water. So protein bars, stuff you can snack on, something that will give you energy, something that doesn't have a lot of weight to it, but you can, you need to have stuff that you like to eat. That's the second thing you need to have in it. Yep, Jack. First aid kit. You need a decent first aid kit. And you can have certain things like you can have like an Israeli pressure bandage. You can have a tourniquet if you know what you're doing with them. You don't want to use stuff you don't know what you're doing with. Basic, anti-diarrhea, Imodium, some Benadryl, some pain medication, something for upset stomach. You want to have some basic, medications. If you take medication, you want to have your medication. You want to have a few days supply of your medication. Hello, Melinda Elliott. Thank you for coming. How are you doing? If you have not left a like, please leave a like to support my channel. It will be greatly appreciated. A radio. AM, FM, weather, emergency radio. Uncle Al doesn't like cranks. He says batteries. Old school. Make sure you got to change your batteries. A flashlight. Three AAA batteries. Make sure you've got spare batteries. Check them. You got to check your stuff. A can opener / bottle opener, something manual. And state and local maps. Something like a laminated map of the state. Rand McNally, say a folding map of the state of Texas. A knife and a multi-tool. Having I like this one. In this one here, it's like my, there's a little bit of difference in size. Whoops, a little bit of difference in the size. This one is probably $30, $35 now. It's a Smith & Wesson. You can break glass with it. You can cut cordage. It's got a good blade to it. It's got a good, it feels good. This one came in the little packet that I did the short on, and I did a full video, like a 6-minute video on it, showing the stuff. Very nice knife. Very nice knife. Again, you can break glass. You can cut cordage. It's got a very nice blade. It feels really good. It's got a good handle. Take care, Howie. You take care. Yeah, Uncle Al has machetes. My wife has been sharpening her machete. She's got one sitting out in the living room with a honing stone she's been working on. But having a good knife. Here's another knife. These are the brand is House, Haus. And again, it's a nice knife. This one doesn't have, it's not for breaking. You don't want to try to break glass with it. You don't really want to try to cut cordage, which you could, with the blade. And nice knife. Both of them have got clips. This is preferable. Yes, seatbelt cutter. Then you want a good multi-tool. And so beyond that, having a poncho, little rain poncho, disposables, put a couple of those in there. Put a couple of Mylar blankets, the little small Mylar blankets. You're probably going to want to put a couple of pair of socks, change your socks, clean pair of underwear. In your vehicle, you're probably going to want to have some good shoes. Like if you wear a suit to work or whatever, dress shoes, you don't want to be, having to walk 5 miles, 10 miles in dress shoes, wearing a suit, having a changed blue jeans, having a jacket or a bomber, like a leather bomber jacket, something that you can, keep you warm at night if you have to spend the night someplace. Having, and then I'm just talking about stuff that you can get. Pepper gel or pepper spray. Having some pepper gel or pepper spray. Something that you can, use against a dog or use against an individual that might want to try to come at you. Got to watch out how the wind's blowing when you use those. You don't want to get messed up. Yes, a Swiss Army multi-tool is a good thing to have. It's a good thing to have. 6 in the house, 11 likes. I need to work on getting people to identify who's coming in. I have live streams where 20 people leave comments. And then I had 50 people in the live stream. And some of them I know who they are. I know who they are. They lurk. Bus Stop has been lurking. I've got a couple of friends, retired friends that watch my stuff, but they're lurking. And you get views from them, and they may wind up leaving a like. But sometimes they don't. But they wind up leaving a like sometimes. But they just, for whatever reason, they don't want to leave comments. Bus Stop is always telling me, hey, call your buddy Al on the phone and put him on. That way y'all can, you have somebody else right there, that can be talking. And, I might try that. I might ask him or I might ask Dave. Ask somebody, hey, would you like to talk on the phone with me? I'll put you on speaker and we can be on the live stream together. And I keep being told, StreamYard, use StreamYard, you know, and I really would need to experiment with it. It's just like, you know, I've experimented using my Apple iBook, my Air, and you know, just for whatever reason, I've had difficulty with it. You know, with the thing wanting to shut off on me, or you know, just I've had issues with it trying to use it. And I mean, I can use it as you know, I can use it to look stuff up. I can key stuff in. I can work on, you know, stuff I need to work on with it, emails or whatever. Check the weather and news and all that sort of stuff. Listen to music on it. But I just haven't had luck when it comes to live streaming on it. And right now, my help is on summer vacation. They're working because they're going to be teaching this year. Last year, the young lady was a paraprofessional. Now she's going to be a teacher, and she's got her family. She's in Georgia right now. They went to took a trip back east, so that's my tech support is not really available. So anyway, I will do another live stream tomorrow, and what the topic will be, we'll see. In the meantime, I need to get that 100 subscriber giveaway out. I need to mail the box. I will point out to you that only 6 people, there are only 6 channels that qualified. As many times as I've said, please leave a like and a supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I will have released. And I only released a total of 6 videos. Total. And I only had 6 people. Now, I had a bunch of people that left it in 3 or left it on 4. But I only had, in that last video, I had 20 different people leave comments. But then I started backtracking, you know. So I'm getting ready. I'll be doing a 2,000 subscriber giveaway. And I have not been pushing. I haven't been out soliciting membership. You know, like I haven't been reaching out to people. They reach out to me, I come back at them. You know. And I mean, I could be pumping up the numbers, maybe not to the extent that, you know, like Dave is doing or Susanna Morrison. You know, they get lots of, you know, they're getting hundreds and hundreds of new subscribers. And I'm not there with the algorithm. The algorithm doesn't like me. It's not the algorithm. Don't want to argue the point. You know, I'm one of those channels that my content is such that they don't like my content. They don't like a lot of the stuff that I put up. They don't have issues with my food. They have issues with the things I say about what's going on in the news. I talk about what's going on in the news, and I give you this is what's going on, you know. And I mean, and I put the blame where the blame goes. And they don't like that. You know, they don't like that. And so I understand that, and I'm not alone. I mean, they mess with Uncle Al. They mess with other conservative channels, old school type channels. And you know, it is what it is. Yes, I've done that. I've done that. I have done that. So we're at about 7:30-ish, midway through the live stream. 6 in the house, 11 likes. It's a slow evening. I did post that I would be doing a live stream a couple hours ago at 7. I did post I'd be doing a live stream at 7. And I did post some shorts today. I did post like 3 shorts today. One of them, about 1,200 views. I did a pizza short, 1,200 views. I did one, um, trying to think what my shorts were. I did the one with the knives and the flashlight. And that was one I did a little editing to it. That one, I think, is somewhere 150, 200. You know, I did that one, the most recent one. But I did 3 of them today. One of them's got about 300 views. And then, so I mean, I was looking at where it said, well, how many views have I had the last 48 hours, and I'm somewhere around 3,000 views for the last 48 hours. So it's like, it's not great, but it's not bad. Six watching and 11 or 12 likes. So again, everybody has struggles. I have struggles. Almost got run over today. My wife backing out in a hurry trying to get to her karate. Almost hit me. Dar's trying to get out of the way, move her vehicle so the wife can leave, and I'm out there and I'm trying to take out a box for the daughter that had just been delivered by FedEx, and the wife, wasn't paying attention, almost run me over. But I mean, that's that things happen. People get hit. I mean, a lot of times, people are expecting to. You never know, what's going to happen. I figured, when I go, it'll probably be a heart attack or something other. Just an old age thing. But things happen. Accidents happen. A rock can fall out of the sky, hit you in the head, and kill you. Don't get me started in martial arts. I used to be involved with it myself. I could tell you stories. And I can also tell you stories about karate versus taekwondo. Yoda's up there posting, looks like he's posting new videos or putting videos up. Goodness of God, worship, music, gospel, music. 7 watching, 13 likes. Please leave a like and please leave a comment. It will be greatly appreciated. So let's go through the topic again. Let's go through the topic one more time. Please feel free to ask questions. Please feel free to add comments. I appreciate that. It makes me feel like I'm doing a little good here. Today's topic is what's in your go bag, home bag, carry bag, emergency bag, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of people overpack. You can only carry, I mean, and how big is your bag? How big is your bag? The bags that I use are not that big. They're not like huge bags. They're not super expensive bags. Part-time planning. Hello, part-time planning. So there's a limit to what I can put in it. It's like a wife. It's like a wife with an oversized purse. I mean, you can put a lot of stuff in it, but you can't put the kitchen sink in it with running water. There are some limitations. You need to have enough stuff in it for 3 days. 3-4 days. You get stranded out someplace, car breaks down, you got to hoof it overnight. or you're out, walking, jogging, or whatever, and you got a hoof, you're hoofing it. Well, what happens? You get thirsty, you get hungry, you need to take your medication, you have a boo boo, something happens, it gets dark, gets cold. Do you have contingencies? You want to, cell phone's not working. What about a radio? Emergency radio. So looking at those things. Peter in the house. Change of clothes, first aid kit, toiletries, zip ties. Yep. Flashlights, food, electrolyte powder, cash, knife, multi-tool, rain poncho, pen, paracord. Yes. And and like I gave I give the wife ones. I gave my daughter 21s in a clip. I give them quarters, rolls of quarters. I give my wife a couple of rolls of quarters. I give my daughter a couple of rolls of quarters. Ideas in your purse, or in your bag. Keep a roll of quarters. Keep a couple of rolls of quarters. Keep some money, and not just like 21s, but that's like vending machine money. Keep money for emergencies. Maybe have $100. Have some 5s and 10s. Have $100 worth of money in your carry bag in cash. Yep. Yep. The wife. Yeah, I hear you. Feminine products. Wipies, hygiene, toiletry stuff. So, water, a water filter, and again, as I had mentioned, you might have a canteen like what the military uses, like these half-gallon, 2-quart canteens, and those weigh. If you're carrying a gallon, that's 8 pounds. You got carrying a gallon. You should basically have a gallon of water a day, they say, per person. So if you're carrying a gallon of water, and you can stretch that out. If you're basically just using it for drinking purposes, not much for hygiene, maybe brush your teeth, you're not wasting, that'll last you a couple of days. It could last you 2-3 days, if that's what you're basically just using it for, is just to drink water, internal consumption. Having a Sawyer or a Life Straw, those are examples in the pocket. Something that you can filter with. Food, protein bars, something other. Having the little wafer bars, something is basically for just giving you calories. First aid kit, a decent first aid kit, and having like a pressure bandage, being able to make a sling, or being able to a tourniquet, and if you know what you're doing, and if you feel like you'll be able to get somebody to proper medical help within a certain period of time, because you don't want to basically kill their limb if you can avoid it. A small coffee pot. Well, I tell you what, in my son-in-law's bag, and what I take and what I keep, I put a couple of little packs of the Folgers coffee. You get 7 sticks in a pack. They were 99 cents, and now they're up to like 137. I think 137 for 7 sticks. I put 2 of those, so I put like 14 sticks in a Ziploc, 14 Carnation Creamers, 14 Splendas, and that's enough for 14 cups of coffee if you have a means to heat it. Well, in your carry bag, I would have like a Coggins, or a some form of being able to heat water. You want to be able to boil water, and whether you're using tabs or whether you're using sterno, you want a means to heat water, boil water. If you've seen M&M minis sold in most convenience stores in those plastic tubes, those are perfectly sized for quarters. That sounds good, Enrique. I didn't know that. You know, another thing, having packs of oatmeal. You know, a couple of packs of oatmeal, that's a meal. You know, you can heat water, a couple of packs of oatmeal, that makes you a meal. Ramen, you know, it's cheap college food, makes a meal. Gotta have hot water, gotta boil water. Um, Peanut butter crackers, you know, Oreos, the little packs, Cliff bars. They're lightweight, small. You know, will feed you. Um, yep, yep. Good idea. Good thing. That's a good thing, Little on Prepper. So, having a flashlight with spare batteries. Having batteries, check them. Have some spare batteries. Like this one, my wife carries one just like this. And 3 AAA batteries. You want to have spare batteries in case something happens. Same thing with your radio. Old school radio works on batteries. Have spare batteries for it. Check it. Check it. A can opener, manual can opener, something to also open bottles. A laminated state map of your state and your area. A knife, pocket knife, a good folding knife, and a multi-tool. Poncho, Mylar blanket, Ziplocs, having a few emergency type pins that you can. Lots of stuff. Zippo matches. Good for, even if it's raining, they're not going out, they're going to burn. Strike them. Want to make a fire? And inside, little tinder. Got a whole bunch of tinder. Having little medication packs or add-ons you can have, like dose packs, unit dose packs. What does this have? Ibuprofen, aspirin, antihistamine, Tylenol, anti-diarrhea tablets, antacid packs, topical treatment unit dose pack, 6 PVP prep pads, 6 antibiotic ointments, 6 hydrocortisone cream. You like hot tea? Tea bags, Earl Grey, or whatever you want. I'm a big one on caffeine. You want caffeine? Safety pins, yes. A candle or a tea light. Yep. Tea lights. Old school watch. Six in the house, 13 likes. 14 likes. Yeah, safety pins. Having a right in the rain. Pad. All weather notepad. And all weather note pen. Keep them in a little baggie. I would at least have, you can make soup, you can make coffee, you can make tea. I would at least have this to go with my folding stove. I keep, this is 20 ounces, Stanley, nice steel, and nice handle on it. Made in America. Oh, and thank you. Yep, happy birthday to my daughter Amanda. 27. My joy. Oh boy. She wasn't feeling good today because her cycle started today and she wasn't feeling good. Spent half of her time going back and forth to the restroom. She took the day off to be with us this afternoon. And I made, and I should have taken a picture of it. I did a picture of the cake, but, and we took pictures, but I made salmon. I baked salmon, 400 degrees, 25 minutes. You know, you gotta basically treat it. Put your various little goodies. Made a real nice salad. My secret to making a nice salad is that I put fruit in the salad. So whereas I've got cherry tomatoes and I cut up baby cucumbers and you know, put little goodies in it. I also cut up strawberries, put some blueberries in it. It's nice, really, real nice salad. Nice salad. Good stuff. And just checking on the folks. You know, I'll also tell you, as far as, you know, for protection is concerned, if you have a walking stick, some sort of staff, you can get a staff. They're longer, short walking stick, something you could scare off animals, or if you know what you're doing, if you trained a little bit with it, you can use it on an individual. Carrying a firearm, having like a 22 long rifle, revolver, having a 22 Magnum revolver. They're plenty, you know, protection, you know, for against an individual or against an animal. You're not going to want to try to shoot a grizzly bear. It depends on where you're at, you know. But carrying a revolver, you know, I very partial to my mother's Lady Smith 357. I keep it loaded with 38 plus P, you know, hollow points. You know, then some people like these folding survival weapons that, like, people, you know, they pilots have them, and it's like to 22, and it's got like a carry, you can 410 and 22, and you basically, it folds up, small. Just say get yourself a good revolver with a 3 or a 4-inch barrel, something with, like with me, I got a couple of speed loaders, so you can change out, put another 6 rounds in it fairly fast, if you know what you're doing. And you got to practice that kind of stuff. Five in the house. So I've got to get the video done, and I got to get it uploaded on my second channel. I was communicating with Enrique about it. You mean the name came out of the hat? I said, yeah, the damn name came out of the hat. It's like, I videoed that part of it, so I know who got it. And I said, son, you had 2 shots in 6, 1/3. There's only 6 channels, and one person had 2 of them, so it's like pretty good odds. Just pretty. It's depressing on my part, for all the stuff I've been saying to people that just can't get consistency. It's like, I'm giving out good stuff. When you see the video that I'm putting out and what's in it, I say, man, maybe the next time for that 2000, I'll be, I'll pay attention and I'll do it. But the thing is, on my main channel, I'm putting out a lot more videos. I mean, I'm not putting out a lot of videos, but I'm putting out more videos. I had only 6 total videos on my backup channel. Actual video, total of 6 videos. And 3 of them I put out over a period of a month. And then the other 3 was like when I started the channel back a year or so back. And then I let it go and I wasn't using it. So I just, last 5, and I put out a total over a month of like 3 videos. So, I wasn't asking for the world, guys. And just, it is what it is. An AR-7 rifle, yes. Yes, AR-722. That's right, Uncle Al. That's one of them. Walmart sells them. They don't sell much these days, but that's one of the things that they do. They still sell rifles. Not like the automatic, semi-automatic type, like the ARs or anything, the large caliber. Theirs are like 22 mostly. The rifles are hunting rifles that are bolt action. They don't sell pistols. They used to. They do sell shotguns. And you can get a pretty good deal there. That Remington that I gave my daughter, that 20 gauge Remington, I paid, back when I bought it, I paid like right at around $200 for it. For a nice Remington pump shotgun. Remington's a good brand. Mossberg's another one. They sell Mossbergs, and Mossberg's another good brand. I like 20 gauge. I've got 12 gauge, but 20 gauge is better. I'm getting older. Don't like the kick. Double up buck kicks. Well, triple up buck will kick for like a lady or an older person. But I mean, you got to hold it tight to your shoulder. Have one with the pad, hold it tight to your shoulder, and then remember, it's going to be very loud. Yes, some Walmarts don't. Oh, Walmart right now, from what I understand, they're very upset with that heiress, the one that's been sponsoring the No Kings. They don't want anything to do with her. She's the wife of one of the Walmart heirs. She is married to one of the sons, Walton's sons, and she's like a socialite type. She's into the museums and all the social crap, and then the social causes. But yeah, I mean, everybody's got a right to their beliefs, and you've got A lot of people are changing their politics. They're going over to more conservative. You got people leaving the blue party, and they're becoming independent. Some were becoming Republicans. Some were just calling themselves independents. Uh, Mayor, he um, he's been like the women on the nuts on the View. He's been he's been blasting them. He's been blasting a lot of the nuts. Um, there are several of them that you would consider to be a Democrat. More of an old school, more of a traditional Democrat. They're not into all the woke stuff. They're not into the nut causes. They're not into all the LGBT, whatever. But, old school, traditional Democrat, working class, that they don't think that the border has to be wide open, and they don't have a problem with getting rid of criminals, and deporting them and everything. I mean, this normal expectations, for common sense. But there's not a lot of that coming from the left these days. Yeah, a lot of them are commies, like the guy up in New York that won the primary, beat out Cuomo. He wants to open up government grocery stores. He wants free this and free that, and he wants price controls, and he wants $30 minimum wage, $30 an hour minimum wage. I mean, it's all sorts of crazy stuff. And he's allowed to be the next mayor of New York. And New York is the largest city in the United States, and they're just killing it. Los Angeles, San Francisco, Sacramento, Chicago, Atlanta. These in Texas here, Houston, Austin, San Antonio. The nuts are in control. To a large extent, the nuts are in control. Not as far as controlling the state, but in these cities. You got the nuts in control. Uncle Al can cook. Uncle Al can cook. I can tell you, Uncle Al can cook. Yeah. Well, I mean, whenever I go to Walmart, or even when I go to Audi, because they don't have a lot of checkout lines. Audi's usually has one line. Walmart, it's the same way, And I always think about back in the 70s. You remember those cheese lines where people would line up to get the free government cheese, and they get the free government food, and such. You'd have all these people. It was the first thing out of my mouth. It looks like a damn Democrat cheese line, Idaho Garden Girl, how are you doing? Need to go by and see if you've been putting out new material. Idaho Garden Girl, Stephanie. Oh, a tree hugger, huh? Oh shoot! There's a teacher at my school. I come out sometimes, real early in the morning, 6:30, 6:45. She's out in the inner courtyard where we've got the trees, and we've got seating out there, and the grass and the plants and everything. Big, huge old oak trees and such. And she'll be out there, and she'll be right up against it, and touching one of them. It's like communing with nature. Used to be like a work in a park, like a park, sort of almost like a park ranger. Used to be a park ranger. Used to be involved with some of that stuff for the state, and then she started teaching. She always tells me if anything ever happens, she'd like to go back to doing that. Just some people are, and like she's out there, likes to go out and take pictures out at the park down there down by the river, and take pictures of the birds, and look at she's very, very intelligent lady. Yep. Well, I tell you, We've been here for about an hour. And it's been a long day. I will plan on doing another live stream tomorrow, and I will try to do some call outs and some. I will try to shout out some channels. And those of you, I appreciate you for consistently supporting me, and I'm going to continue to give back. In the meantime, whenever I get up in the morning, I thank God for the day, because I'm 63 now and my health isn't what it used to be, and one of these days I might not wake up. But every morning I thank God for the day. I say my morning prayer, try to do the Lord's Prayer, take drink my coffee, take my medication, get right with the day. I try to treat people the way I want to be treated, and I try to stay sane. Lots of crazy stuff going on in the news, but I try not to let it get to me too much. In the meantime, treat people the way you want to be treated. Honor your parents. Tell those that you care about that you love them. And remember, the motto is be prepared, and that's the Boy Scout motto. Be prepared. And everybody, please have a blessed day, and hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. Thank you, and watch my videos and leave comments. I appreciate likes. I appreciate that. If you want to do something for me, that's the best thing you can do for me. I don't ask you to send me anything. I just would appreciate you continue to watch and continue to leave comments and support me that way. And I will try to support you back. Appreciate it. God bless. Bye-bye.